Marcus Robert Johnson here to talk about Mr. Mikey Tyson. Mike Tyson, one of the greatest heavyweight champions that ever lived. Now, why? Why is he one of the greatest heavyweight champions that ever lived? Crushing knockout ability. Why was Mike Tyson great? Mike Tyson was great, especially in the era when he fought. Ali introduced a lot of the swift footwork for heavyweights, but Mike Tyson destroyed heavyweights in the 90s, 80s, late 80s with awesome countering and precision. Mike Tyson amassed tons of knockouts, early knockouts. And the thing that made him great, the greatest thing that made him great was his boxing ability at the time and being young doing it. And his ability to intimidate, He had to have been one of the most intimidating fighters ever. Maybe Roberto Duran, maybe Foreman, but Mike Tyson, man, if you weren't in the 90s, if you weren't scared of Mike Tyson, you were insane. For real, essentially, because people miss what Tyson did, really. A lot of people that say he could knock you out, he was so strong. Yeah, he's strong, but all heavyweights are strong. All of them have knockout ability. How was Mike Tyson getting his knockouts? Mike Tyson got his knockouts because he kept his range. He wasn't very big, too, so think about this. Take Mike Tyson. You can watch Tyson, the documentary. He says himself, he was never really big. He was like 219, around 220 in his prime. He was not a giant heavyweight, but he was a machine. And the thing that Mike Tyson did great was he kept his distance perfectly. He stayed within his range where he needed to be for his footwork. And what did he always do? He's right here. This is all Mike Tyson did. And this is I'm not talking about this. I'm not talking about that in this video. But this is what Mike Tyson did, and why nobody could stop him. Because Mike Tyson countered everything. When he was in shape, when he was in his prime, before he went to jail, before he lost to Buster Douglas, before all that craziness, before drugs and before fame and money and everything ruined his life, when he was the machine, any punch you threw made you miss, made you pay with an awesome combination. Fast and precise. He never just kind of, he was always, and as soon as he, just moving, slip, bop, 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 bop. And the reason that it's so effective is because of his timing. His timing was tremendous, and he had hell of power to back it up. He knew how to throw a punch. He was taught by Customato, one of the greatest trainers ever, who also taught Floyd Patterson. Watch some Floyd Patterson highlights. Go back and watch Floyd Patterson. I swear to God, when I was watching Floyd Patterson before I knew who I was looking at, I was like, Mike Tyson. I was like, this is a black and white Mike Tyson. Why is this fight in black and white? And like, dude, Floyd Patterson, he's not doing it quite as well, but he's doing the same thing, same style, same thing. Customato was around for a long time, and Mike Tyson literally had nothing. He had nothing. He came from the dirt, streets, man. Wild child for real. He literally had nothing. Customato took a kid that was savage and gave it direction, which is why once Cuss was out of the picture, it was a lot harder for Mike Tyson. I think Cuss was gone before he really became heavyweight champion of the world. And once so many people had a hold of Tyson, it drove him crazy. But he was great because he was crushing everyone, man. Nobody could stand up to him. People were scared, man. I'd say the heavyweights in his era, were they the greatest of all time? No. And that's kind of something that plagues Mike Tyson, is that he never had adversity and came over it like Ali did. You know, when he lost, and he never came back. He never lost to somebody and avenged it. He never got knocked down, got back up, and won the fight. He never got his ass beat and came back in the fight. He either did or he didn't, especially towards the end of his career. Because he didn't, once at the end, he didn't really care as much. But I'm just saying that even though the heavyweights may not have been, he didn't have the adversity, so that's kind of what takes away from him. He didn't have a Frazier. He didn't have a multiple fight. Like he fought Holyfield twice, lost both times, and second one in dramatic fashion because he lost it. And it's unfortunate that Mike Tyson is known for that to a lot of people, and for like my student said, woman beater. He wasn't a woman beater. He was a convicted rapist that. You know what? I've talked to a lot of people, and I've looked at it myself. I really don't think he did that, man. I'm just gonna say that. Maybe people hate me for that. I really don't, though. Desiree Washington, if you watch her interviews, man, go back and look at everything. Like she changed her story a few times. She's too calm when she's explaining these things. And Tyson was furious. Like he's admitted to every bad thing he's ever done. He's always took his time. I just don't, man. I really don't. And that's all I'm going to say on that. If you want to really dive into it, look up interviews, look up things, look research, because they railroaded Mike Tyson. They had him and they destroyed him immediately. Another young black man with the attention of the masses. Now imagine if Mike Tyson, with all his fame and power, would have done something right just like Ali, or would have brought light to something awesome like Ali. Mike Tyson just wasn't very intelligent as far as the world around him. He wasn't very smart. So, not that he's not smart. I'm just saying he wasn't into politics. He wasn't into current events. He wasn't into other things. He was into him, really, at the time. And that sucks, but there's so many things that try to destroy Mike Tyson, but the world loved Mike. The world loved Mike Tyson in a way. They didn't love him as much as they loved his fights. Michael Jordan at the time was extremely loved, right? Mike Tyson was like, you loved a Mike Tyson fight, but I don't think people ever really, people do. Mike Tyson has his diehard fans. I'm a diehard Mike Tyson fan. Trust me, I love Mike. But he didn't have the love that Ali did. People didn't love him for him. Now people do, because you get a lot more Mike. You can hear him speak. You get his story a lot more. But coming into it, he didn't have that. And he was just a young, wild kid. A lot of people, they didn't see the precision. They didn't see the timing. They didn't see the footwork. They didn't see the combination. They just saw a dude getting smashed in a couple minutes or a couple rounds, and they didn't know how he did it, but he did it. Incredibly well-timed punches. And it wasn't just he didn't just have pure knockout power, because once he slowed down after Buster Douglas, once he got out of jail, he didn't have the same pop, man. He was really relying on his power then. He was really relying on strength a lot of times. He was kind of still bobbing and weaving, but you didn't see the combinations. You didn't see 3, 4, 5 punch combinations the same way. He didn't really care as much. And that all kind of takes away from what he did in his prime. So it's very unfortunate that he had adversity and couldn't overcome it, because he didn't have a good team. He wasn't very educated. And that's Mike Tyson, in my opinion. That's what I see from Mike Tyson, man. An awesome, devastating fighter. And the thing about being great or good is, I think greats can fight in any era or any time, all the time, and be great. Was Mike Tyson great? Bet your ass a prime Mike Tyson was great. You drop that man at any time, anytime in boxing history, future, past, or present, he's going to do extremely well. A 20-year-old, 19-year-old, 21-year-old Mike Tyson is going to do extremely well anywhere. Same thing with Muhammad Ali, anywhere. Same with Foreman, anywhere. No, these people are great. That's the only difference between great and good. Good people are good where they are right now. And they kind of get better with time as medicine and things improve. And Mike Tyson was great. But people don't remember his greatness because he's overshadowed by a lot of his hardships. And it's unfortunate. But see, even this video, I'm trying to tell you how great he is, and it's hard because he has so much baggage. But if you only look at his amateurs, what he did in the amateurs, if you look at what he did early on, just boxing. You know, Ali was great because of what he did with his life. Tyson was great because of what he did in the ring. They're separate. They're different things, you know. So I hope that helps bring a little light to Mikey, because I really love Mike Tyson. And yeah, man, I would love to meet Mike Tyson. I don't even know what I'd say. I just want to look him in the eye and literally tell him I'm sorry for the things in your life that you've had to deal with, because I know you just didn't have the right team behind you, and maybe didn't necessarily have someone to show you the right way at times. But I love you now, Mike. I've always loved you, and I hope you, I'd say keep doing what you're doing, because you've developed and grown and educated yourself quite well, and you've become quite an awesome man. Look up some new Mike Tyson interviews where they try to egg him on. They really try to get him to bring out that young beast. He's really disciplined now. He's really grown as a man. So it's my piece on Mike Tyson. Sorry. So yeah, I'd just say I'm making these videos because I want people to bring a little more respect to Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali than just trash talker or woman beater or rapist or anything, because those things are so small compared to what they actually did, you know, they actually were able to accomplish or stood for. So yeah, this is Mike Tyson. Be on the way, be on the lookout for my next video for who's gonna win in a fight, Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali. Who are you picking? Why are you picking them? Who are you picking? Why are you picking? You think Mike Tyson's going to beat Muhammad Ali? You think Muhammad Ali's going to beat Mike Tyson? This is what I want you to do. Comment below. If they were to fight 5 times, who's going to win 3? I think either one could beat one or the other on any given day. But if they were to fight 5 times in a year, who's going to win 3 of those 5 fights at 20 years old? Both of them at 20. Both of them at 20, 21. 20 or 21. Okay? Or even if you want, let's just pick, let's say Mike Tyson, when he won the belt against Trevor Berbick, versus Muhammad Ali when he beat Sonny Liston. You can do that if you want. Just explain. Give me a good reason. Give people around you a good reason. Don't just say, oh, yeah, he's too strong. Oh, he's too fast. That's dumb. Anybody can say that. I could look at 2 kids lined up on a wall and tell you one's faster or stronger than the other. Well, why are they faster? Why are they stronger? What are they going to do? Tell me before I tell you, and I'm going to tell you. Where's my finger? Here it is. Boom, 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 boom. So be on the look for that. Mike Tyson versus Muhammad Ali's coming up next. Pieces. Oh, that's a W. War.